Hey everyone, it's Tobes, and welcome to your second monitor. Today for Midweek Magic, we have Rites of Flourishing Brawl. This is similar to a event that Wizards runs at WPN stores in paper, where everyone's encouraged to come and bring a commander deck, but there is this emblem in play, which is the Rites of Flourishing card. Everyone gets to draw an extra card during their draw step, and you're allowed to make a second land drop during each of your turns. So, that seems like a lot of fun. So I built us a Brawl deck based on a deck that I'd built for Commander, which if you check out the video's description, you will be able to see it linked there. Let's take a look at this deck. We are playing Zimone and Dina from March of the Machine. This is a 3-mana Sultai commander. That's a 3/4 legendary human dryad that says whenever we draw our second card each turn, which we're going to be doing every turn, on our turns at least, thanks to the Rites of Flourishing emblem, then target opponent loses 2 and we gain 2. That seems pretty solid. We can also tap and sacrifice another creature, tap Zimone Dina and sacrifice another creature, to draw a card and then put a land from our hand onto the battlefield tapped if we want to. This is Growth Spiral. So tap and sack another creature to Growth Spiral is alright, but then if we control 8 or more lands, we can do it again. So double Growth Spiral for sacking a creature is pretty solid, especially when we have so many chances to draw even more cards from the Rites of Flourishing emblem and to get those lands into play as well from the Rites of Flourishing emblem. So we're working with a number of different things here. We care about drawing 2 cards, we care about draining our opponent, we care a little bit about gaining life, we care about having creatures we can sacrifice, and we care about being paid for our draws and for our lands hitting the battlefield. So we've got a few things going on. We were a little bit heavier on landfall right now than I would expect us to be, simply because I think that the Rites of Flourishing emblem is going to help us a lot with that. So we have a number of landfall payoffs. Things like Iridescent Vine Lasher, which is an Impact Tremors effect, Springheart Nantuko, and Rampaging Baloths and Scoot Swarm all making us tokens. Earthbender Ascension giving us some pump. Genomorph Imago also giving us some pump. You know, use social engineering, more tokens, value from the Tireless Provisioner and Tracker, even more value in the form of tokens, vigilance, and haste from the Glacial Godmaw, that sort of thing. So we're here to take advantage of our landfall. We also care about our second draw each turn. So different things like Emrakul's Messenger and Jor-El giving us token creatures. Same thing with Mischievous Mystic, Thopter Fabricator, and Homunculus Horde, which can of course be exponential. Emrakul's Messenger also lets us make tokens that happen to be Eldrazi spawn, so we can ramp with it as well. Raven Eagle is here to drain our opponents, as is Gixian Puppeteer, and Krang only puts counters on himself, but also is a Panharmonicon effect for us drawing cards. So whenever we trigger something that trigger an ability that triggers when we draw a card, like our commander's ability to drain our opponent for 2 and we gain 2, that's going to trigger a second time. So seems like a lot of fun. We're obviously running a lot of fodder in this deck. This fodder section I'm calling it such simply because these are all cards that make us tokens or the equivalent of tokens. Like we have our Beifong's Bounty Hunters here. It earthbends for us, which is not a token, but it does give us something to sacrifice to our commander, so we've got plenty of things to do with that. Also, obviously, tokens can block, tokens can attack. It gives us ways to use our to fill up our board without having to worry about using or losing our own creatures for it, although that's fine too, because we have this death triggers section right here as well. Lots of aristocrat stuff going on. We've got blood artist effects, we've got ways to make quote-unquote tokens fodder when we have things die, we've got ways to draw cards and to draw even more cards and drain our opponents out in a lot of different ways. Including this Funeral Room, which is just a Blood Artist as an enchantment that can also bring all of our creatures back to the battlefield if we get up to 8 mana, which in this event, I don't think it's unlikely that we do. We have this payoff section here, which just gives us a few different ways to take advantage of what we're doing already. Tragic Slip, since our things are going to be dying, this is a 1 mana instant speed, -13/-13. Dina, since we are going to be gaining life, we might as well double up on the drain that comes with that life gain. And of course, Psychosis Scrawler also is a when you draw a card trigger, so it's going to be doubled up by Krang, but it also just drains our opponents. To match that, we have a synergy section over here. We already saw Krang caring about being a Panharmonicon for draw triggers. Yarok is a Panharmonicon for all our enters triggers. Ancient Green Warden is a Panharmonicon for landfall triggers and lets us play lands from our graveyard. And Unstoppable Plan untaps all of our permanents, including our commander, so that we can use them on our opponent's turn and probably draw 2 cards if we've got enough of our enough land in play. So we put 1 land into play with the first growth spiral. We have enough land to do it a second time. Now we've drawn 2 cards off of our commander simply because we had it untapped along with something else we could sacrifice. Plus, it's pretty nice to have a Wilderness Reclamation effect, just having all of our creatures untapped again for us. And we've got a bunch of other sections to this deck, as usual. Card advantage, acceleration, interaction, a little bit in the way of wraths. Mostly it's just Liliana's ultimate and Etherize, which protects us. So we've got a lot going on, a little heavier on lands than we normally go, just because this event is likely to go into the red zone when it comes to playing lands. But yeah, that is our deck for this week. I'm pretty excited about it. If you want to see this deck as a commander deck, it's not quite the same because Brawl plays differently than Commander, but it sure has a lower price tag in terms of US dollars. Check out the video linked in the description for the Commander deck I built as part of my series of every single March of the Machine Commander. But for tonight, we're going to go into our gameplay and see how it does in the Rites of Flourishing Brawl event. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like and subscribe, ring the bell if you want to be notified when my videos go live, think about becoming a member of the channel, and let's see if we can get into this. Okay, it's game 1. We are against Stormcrow 37. Oh no, one of the strongest cards in Magic. Maybe the strongest opponent, too. This hand is okay. We've got all 3 of our colors. We've got a little ramp on turn 2. We've got some selection turn 1. I don't mind it. We're going to see how this emblem helps us. I also like to see Tatyova. So obviously we don't get the opportunity to draw another card for our first turn, since we don't draw a card on our first turn, but that's all right. We can play Zimone and Dina, I guess, on turn 2, which feels good. Right, we can't do anything else if we do that, but I think maybe it's better to set up for our future. Yeah, I think it likely is. So we're going to Newfound Adventure at this point. Go find ourselves, I think, how about an underground mortuary? And do a little surveilling. See what's going on. All right, more land is always welcome. All right, we are at 5 lands at the end of turn 2. That seems great. We can start off with Tatyova, even though I really want to get out Zimone and Dina. Okay, we've got a Ristic Study. This is not what I was hoping to see, but we'll get into it. Zimone and Dina doesn't give us extra land drops, so I think what we're going to do is Bark Channel Pathway on green, Tatyova, pay for the Ristic Study, and then play our Breeding Pool and get the Tatyova trigger. Good, Springheart Nantuko is great. Not ideal, because right now we don't have any non-legendary creatures, but if we can get out this Vein Ripper and then Springheart Nantuko and start triggering it off of that, we can get multiple Vein Rippers. That seems great. Normally in this event, I would like to get Zimone and Dina out as soon as I can. Alright, Augur of Bolas is going on. But hard to pass up Tatyova so early. Ooh, Hercule's Final Meditation. Wow. Big bounce. So maybe making tokens isn't the best choice for us right now, if that's what they're building toward. But maybe I don't mind. It's all non-land permanents? Alright. Tireless Provisioner. Pay for it. Fabricator. Don't pay for it. Play a Swamp. Could have played that earlier to pay for it, but I wanted to trigger this here so I can trigger the Thopter Fabricator, get us a token. I think we just go to combat. Swing with Tatyova. Thopter Fabricator. Oh, of course, it wasn't our second card. because we'd already drawn our second card. Yeah, so we want to have it out anyway. I think we're going to hold back just a little bit. Or no, we go a little harder. That way our opponent is drawing more cards and has more and more of a reason to cast Hercule's Final Meditation. Because it's 10 mana on our turn. Right now they are sitting at 8 mana. 9. I want to give us a more dominant position so that they can use that spell. Hard to do at this point, but we're going to see if we can. Burn down the house. Okay, that'll work. Gives us a few triggers. At least we got that out of their hand. They bounce our Thopter Fabricator. Seems good. If we draw another land, we can get back the Thopter Fabricator. Ooh! We can Pest Infestation to deal with their Rhystic Study and Arcane Signet. Let's see if we're able to. X is 2. We will pay for this. I think they're going to try and counterspell it as well, but they're going to let us pay for it first. We will. Yep. Oh, never mind. No counterspell. Seems good. All right. Springheart Natuko goes back, or is out, rather. And now it's not going to make copies for us, but it is going to make tokens, and that's not nothing. If we get out Dina... Okay, they're playing Niv Mizzet. They must be all set with something else in their hand. All right, got 4 mana. Unsummoning the Natuko. That doesn't bother me. Is it Locket? Okay. Oh, I wish they would have blocked or attacked with that. Oh well. Yarok is really tempting. But I think at this point, we care more about Vein Ripper. We need threats. So we play out our Thopter Fabricator for next turn. We attack with all of our pesties. They block one of them. We'll get a Vein Ripper trigger. And a Pest trigger, of course. Let's see what Niv Mizzet with Acres of Mana can do to us. Sure. Frogify. They've got to sack a creature, which will trigger the Vein Ripper. We're going to use it to crew the Thopter Fabricator so that we can block with it if we wish to. Ooh, big Discover. That's cool. They hit the Fabricator. Interesting. Alright, we're going to Magma Quake, but for 0. You draw a card. I would expect them... Oh, Magma Quake again. Expanded. They're going to kill the Thopter Fabricator here? I'm interested by that. Because if they kill the Vein Ripper, I can't undo Frogify. Maybe they don't think I can anyway. They've got more land, of course. Yeah, I'm not going to block. I've got plenty of life. Soultide Charm. Does kill Niv Mizzet. That seems good. Oh, monocolored. I'm sorry. I thought it said multicolored. Springheart Natuko. On the Vein Ripper. Yarok the Desecrated. Gloom Lake Verge. Connect a new Vein Ripper. Crew the Thought Prefabricator. Swing in with everything. They can shut down the Vein Ripper for now, but yeah, if they want to kill it, they're welcome to. But they sure knew that we could do this since they bounced the Springheart Nantuko in the first place. Right? This will trigger the other Vein Ripper. Trading them for 2. Hercule's Final Meditation to bounce everything and restart things sort of as they were. We lose our Nantuko, that's fine. We're gonna put them at 1. Yep, seems fine. Okay. Well, let's just do the things that are likeliest to kill them. Raven Eagle. Drains them when we draw our second card. We will have them lose... Rhystic Study, why not? Yarok. Won't give us a second draw. So I guess Homunculus Horde? And then Bastion of Remembrance. See if they want to use their counterspell now. They have a kill spell. Ooh, a bounce. Alright. Seems fine. They still have a counterspell? Okay. We've got a token. Brazen Borrower is here. It's okay. They can't attack with it because we can swing back. I guess if they have Nib. Hullbreaker Horror. That's unfortunate. That may not be it for us. We can Sultai Charm that. If they don't have... Ooh, Lava Coil causes it not to die. Okay. We'll see if we can bait out their counterspell with Yarok. Oh, don't have to. Well, they might still have a counterspell, it's true. So we go to 28. Let's see if we can bait it out with the Thought Prefabricator. It's a little cheaper. Non-creature spell. Doesn't look like they have anything. Monocolored creature. Goodbye. Here's the Bastion. And we're going to shock in the Watery Grave and play a Baleful Strix to draw another card and have a nice blocker. Earthbender Ascension's good. Good. Alright. We don't definitely have this in the bag because this is Niv Mizzet and they've got 1,000,000 mana and a huge hand. But now they can't really ping down our 1/1s without draining themselves. Okay, maybe they will. Sure. Chemister's Insight, sounds good. Yeah, we're not dead yet, but we might be soon. Pretty dangerous. Hopefully we draw a land. Well, I don't think we actually need to. I think we're going to be okay. Getting pinged a lot. We may not survive next turn, but we'll see about this turn. Ancient Green Wardens, very nice. Ooh. Yep, we've got him. Good game, opponent. -4 Liliana. We sack 2, drain them for 2. Good game. And that's all she wrote. Good game, Stormcrow 37. That was fun. I'm an Izzet player at heart. I like Niv Mizzet. I know that it can be annoying if it's your opponent, obviously. But I think it's a good choice for this event. Cool choice. Our first prize is Caradora, Heart of Alacria. Oh, I remember this. Cares about mounts and vehicles, and yeah. It's got a little hardened scales thing built into it. Nice. Let's go to game 2. Alright, game 2 is against Soriano 1 with Golos. Is Golos not banned? Did Golos get unbanned? Am I crazy? Am I only thinking of Commander? I thought Golos was also banned in Brawl. Oh well. We'll see how this goes. They've got their 4 mana on turn 1. Alright. Well, Gloomlake Verge is here, and so is Temple of Melody. Splunking would be nice for us. I hope we can make it work. If we draw an extra land next turn, that would be lovely. Defense Grid. Sounds good. Can't do it too much at instant speed. We weren't really doing much at instant speed anyway. We're also running Uro. Alright, they've got real fetches. Very nice. Ooh, pretty Scalding Tarn. Okay. Uro has resolved. It's our turn. Do we draw land? We do! That's great. So we can play Splunking. Yeah, that's the right choice. Play Splunking. Ramp ourselves a little bit if we can. We cannot. We will play this Temple of Deceit, though, or get it into play at least. We've got land on top. I like that. So we'll play out the Iridescent Vine Lasher, just to have a little bit of a blocker. Get some triggers, maybe. That's okay. Next turn. It kind of depends on what we get. Golos is here. What kind of shenanigans are we getting into with Golos? Wouldn't mind playing Yarok. Yarok is threatening and also a death-touching blocker. Oh, we've got the World Tree. Oh, are we doing Typal? Oh. Temple of Mystery. Let's see what we get. It's a land. That seems good. Then let's play out Yarok and double up on our triggers here with the Vine Lasher. And just pass. Next turn we can, I guess, Baloths. We're not really getting to see any of the... Ooh, yeah. Emergence Ultimatum is fun. We're not getting to see any of our commanders play quite yet. This is just a fast format. But I think we will. Okay. Are we just done? Well, obviously we're not giving them Omniscience. So they get an extra turn. They get to play something free sometimes. They get to bounce our Yarok. Bribery. Sure. Coma is a good one. I don't think it's unbeatable. I don't think we're in a good position. We'll see how this goes. Temporal manipulation. Oh, is this what we're doing? We're just gonna get extra turned out of the game? Looks like probably. They got their own Splunking. Yeah. Terminus. All the land drops. Okay, if that's removed, then we are taking too much damage to survive the next 2 turns, so that's a good game. Good game, Soriano won. Yeah, I suppose that's Golos. Maybe we should just try and get our commander out first. That's what my thought was for this this event. All right, game 3. Oh, God, it's a mirror match. Nice, Logan. We're gonna keep it. I'm just excited. Give them a hello. See how they're doing it. We'll fetch ourselves a black source. And let's say Bossing Say. Sure love to draw a second land, or a 4th land I should say, so we can Solemn Simulacrum. But we'll see. Original Dina. Alright, we don't have it, so we've got our commander instead. They've got the Tiger Seal, which is a great inclusion for this deck, actually. Good point. Neat. Bloom Tender. Alright, very nice. I'm assuming no attacks, yeah. Alright, we got land. Not untapped land, though. But we're going to be going back and forth a little bit here. Yeah, well, we play Original Dina. We play our Opulent Palace. And I think we just pass. They're going to be ahead of us on mana this turn, but hopefully, if we can get them to use their commander to sacrifice something, we can respond with a Tragic Slip. Obviously not this turn, but... We've also got double black, so we can Invasion of Innistrad as well. Oh no! I'm so sorry, Nice Logan. I saw their lands, am I right, emote. Well, we missed a land drop too, but yeah. Good game, Nice Logan. Don't like winning that way. We want to have an actual game of Magic, but we do get a prize for it, so I'm not going to say no to the prize. Ooh, I got a rare ICR. That's fun. But our actual prize for that game is Jidor, Aristocratic Capital. Oh, the Mill Final Fantasy Adventureland. Got it. Well, we keep it going. This is game 4 versus Zega. Hello, Zega, with Errant Giada. That's fun. I really like Errant Giada. If you want to see Errant Giada as a commander deck, check out the video's description. I'll make sure to put a link to my Errant Giada deck there. Alright, we're going to start off with our Hedge Maze. See what's up. Krang. As much as I like Krang, I don't think it's the right time for him. We'll play our Watery Grave tapped. Alright, they've got a Wayfarer's Bauble. They're doing fine over there. We can just play out our commander. Let's just start with that. And we'll play our other Shockland. I built Errant Giada as a Flash Flyers deck. So let's see if that's what they've got too. If they just pass, then we know this is a control-y version of it. It would be so cool to... Yep, that's fine. Tapped down forever. We can find a way around that though, because... Check this out. Play 2 lands, Primeval Bounty, pass the turn. Primeval Bounty gives us so much value. Getting that out on turn 3, unless they have an answer, it's going to be a problem for them next turn. Tamiyo's Completion, does it have flash? It does. Been a while since Neon Dynasty. Seems cool. Alright, Watcher of the Spheres. Makes their flyers cheaper. And gets bigger every time they play a flyer. Sounds good. Well, we have a Reacher in our hand. They do have 2 blue mana open, so I assume they're going to pass the turn and crack their Wayfarer's Bauble on our turn, unless they have something better. Ooh, Skybonder. Skybonder's cool too. Gives all of their stuff, not exactly ward to, just makes it harder for us to target. But we have Aetherize in hand, which is pretty sweet. We're going to Poison Tip Archer here. Make ourselves a beast. Then Planar Genesis. Make our Archer bigger. Get ourselves yet another... Ooh, Use Social Engineering would be really sweet, as would Psychosis Crawler. But I think we're going to just go harder on our lands. Play this out, get a little bit more life, and a little bit more life. Yeah. Primeval Bounty is going to be a problem for them. Poison Tipped Archer already is, so we'll see how it continues to be. We've got 8 mana. Pitiless Plunderer and hold up for Aetherize sounds alright to me. I haven't seen any landfall or like land entering matters effects from them yet, but they're running a New Capenna Sackland and a Terramorphic Expanse. Alright, we've got an edict to get rid of our bounty. That's alright. Crack their Terramorphic, go find a basic. Plains, I guess? Yeah. Very nice. Beautiful Foundations lands. Alright, okay, so we miss a land drop. That's too bad. But it's okay because we have Beledros Witherbloom. Beledros Witherbloom can let us spend 10 mana to untap all of our lands. So then we can play out, I think, our Plunderer and our Tracker. This way we get a little bit more value from lands once we get some lands. So we'll go ahead and attack, see if they want to trade to get rid of our beast. They do not. We make a Pesty. Wrath Capuchin. All of their historic spells have flash now. Neat. And they flash out Errant Unciata, making their Watcher a little bit bigger, so now Beledros can't quite block. And this is all during their draw step. Or during their upkeep, I guess. So they can make some land drops now, I suppose, but most of their mana's used up. Watcher is giving them a discount. Okay, they don't attack. That suits me. Alright, what do we want to do here? Springheart Nantuko on the Poison Tip Archer. Play Undercity Sewers. Triggers. Pay for it. Get another Archer. See a land on top. That is fine with me. We'll crack our Clue, even though it doesn't let us hold up Aetherize. Get a counter on our Tracker. Play our other island. Pay for it. Get a third Archer. That seems good. We can attack in. What is the benefit if we attack? Oh, we have all these archers, that's why. So we attack in with the Pesty and the Beast. Either push damage or let them eat it. We'll gain a little life, which is good because we spent 10 to activate. Oh, and they'll trade Wrath? Okay, seems good to me. We got a bunch of triggers, and we make treasures as well. So now we can Aetherize if we need to. Oh, not quite. Can't quite Aetherize. That's okay. We might crack one of these treasures anyway, just to crack our Clue. Alright, they've got OG, so we're not just on Flash Flyers, we've got a little Blink as well. OG is cast your second spell, flicker something, and then enters and scries 2 and draws, or gains 2. OG's fun. Getting rid of the Pitiless Plunderer is not a terrible idea. But I thought that the Poison Tip Archers, as sort of Blood Artists, are better for us. And, you know, flying blockers. Alright. OG is going to flicker something. Doesn't really need to flicker anything. Flicker herself, I suppose. Seems good. Now they've got something to kill one of our tokens if they want to get rid of their Cathar Commando, which they chose to play it on their turn. Huh. Oh, they can kill the Springheart Nantuko, that's true. That's fine. Well, we'll get some death triggers. And from the Cathar Commando, not from the Nantuko. Okay, so they've got their Spectral Sailor. And Watcher is getting bigger again. Seems fine. They pass, I'm guessing. They give up. Good game, Zega. That's fun. I like Errant and Giada. It's another March of the Machine commander. If you're interested, check out the video's description. I've got a linked playlist with every single commander from March of the Machine. Ooh, Dracogenesis in the fancy art. This is our third prize. Cool. Well, we're going to keep going. A commander deck for every March of the Machine commander except for the face commanders of the commander product, but I did do the non-face commanders. So, yeah. All right, Game 5 versus Varkos versus Super Shredder. Super Shredder is probably not great for us. Opening hand with a lot of stuff, but only 2 lands. I think we mulligan. I would like to declare this better. We're missing black, but we're going to keep it and just hope that we can find some better things. Ooh, Splunking is hard to say no to. So we'll play out like this and pass. They've got their commander. Seems good. They're playing quick. I like that. Draw a second land. Fountain Port. Splunking. Hopefully we find a land. We did. Temple of Milady. Let's see. Social Engineering is not going to do it for me right now. We need to accelerate more. I have a feeling Super Shredder is going to be annoying for us, but getting Splunking out on turn 2 is pretty nice. Dauthi Voidwalker. Okay, so we don't get any death triggers anymore. Alright. Then that's fine. We'll play out... Just a shame that we don't get any death triggers. I like death triggers. We'll play out, I guess, this Funeral Room. Because we might be able to deal with the Voidwalker. Let them think that we don't know how to read as well. Not so worried about Super Shredder getting big because we can etherize it, and that at least sets us back. Oh, they've got their own Morbid Opportunist. Nice. Flare of Malice to make us sacrifice our commander. That seems good. We get a lot of triggers. And a Soul Guide Lantern to further shut down our graveyard strategies, which we do not have. If we get another land, we can Coma, and Coma's not a bad hit. Take a 6, go to 17. Springheart Nantuko is not a land. Sultai Charm is a land, though, and can kill the Voidwalker. Do we want to kill the Voidwalker? Maybe. Morbid Opportunist. That means we can't... Why did it tap that way? Oh well. Oh well. We... Springheart Nantuko as a creature. This way we can block, hopefully kill the Walker. So Thera, again, shutting down our graveyard strategies. Well, Altar of Dementia, here to mill us? Interesting. We got a lot going on. And we can't block the Voidwalker anyway, it's got Shadow. Okay, well, here's what we're doing. So Thera, if a player controls no creatures, they get to take a creature exiled with it, put it on the battlefield, and it's bigger. We get to exile a creature. We're going to give them Morbid Opportunist, I guess. Nah, Nantuko. Because all they can do is just put it on the battlefield, so they can't do the trick with it. Oh, they also don't have green mana to do so. Morbid Opportunist at least gives us the ability to draw cards from their stuff dying. Yeah, I see what's going on here. Not ideal. But it is what it is. Hurting a little bit. They get our Morbid Opportunist. Yep. It's bigger. And we have not a lot we can do. We can sure etherize them though, I suppose. That's not terrible. We only have one blue source, don't we? So we can't Planar Genesis as well, but we can Baleful Strix. But they want to tap our Hedge Maze to do so. We're going to just Baleful Strix to draw a card. Hopefully we get a land. Wait a minute. Did it tap it anyway? Am I crazy? It's blue. What am I thinking about? Yeah, that's my mistake. Alright, well, we're just going to do this to make ourselves some blockers. We'll kill their Altar of Dementia. Yeah, my mistake. For some reason, I thought Baleful Strix is a Golgari card. Definitely isn't. But we can at least block Shredder now. They've lost their Blood Artist, so... And when our stuff dies, we do gain life, presently. So they kill our Strix, that's okay. Was not worried about the Strix. Infestation Sage, okay. We have to double block, so we go to 4. Then we gain 4 life. So we go back to 8. 4 life because we have 2 Funeral Room triggers and 2 triggers from the pests, all of which gain us life. They will go down to 25. Don't know what they're going to do with their other 4 mana, but we'll see. I still think probably Etherize is our best choice. But we have so much blue in our hand, don't really have another way to do something. Now if they can find a way to kill one of our pests, then we're just dead. They bring something back. Does it edict us? Whatever they bring back? Nope, it's a Yara, but a Yara's pretty bad for us. Just gonna keep draining us as well. Combat, we block Shredder, take 4, gain 4, go back up to 7. Oh, but they've got a Yara triggers as well, don't they? And those go on the stack to resolve first. Oh, well, no. A Yara triggers is only when their stuff comes in, that's right. Okay, well, here we go. Let's see what we draw. That's not a land. And neither is that. I think we're out of luck here. If we just let them spend their turn draining us, that doesn't put us anywhere. We're gonna just try it. Discarding Krang. Hope we can etherize our way out of this. I don't think we're going to, but we'll see. Give them a good game, though. Blood Artist, pretty bad for us. Ayara, since it's going to stick around, they're going to sacrifice something, triggering 3 effects. And Shredder, I guess. So they draw 2, drain us. More swamps. Super Shredder's a good card. Funeral Room of their own, sounds good. Give them a nice. Then pass to combat, etherize them. They can replay it all this turn. Of course, it is our Morbid Opportunist, that's true. We're so close to being dead. Yara trigger, we're at 3. The Yara trigger, we're at 2. So close. I don't think there's a way out of this, and we just can't draw land. Wow. We're going to give him a good game. I don't think there's any hope for us here. And pass, or and concede. Good game, Vicarious. Or Varkas, pardon me. There are better games for us out there and for them out there. So that's more of a concession that's just like, let's not keep wasting each other's time. I don't think it's wrong to fight till the end, but I think that was the end. All right, this is game 7 versus Stevie Digital with Itali Primal Conqueror. Ooh, big ramp. Sounds a lot of fun. Sounds like a lot of fun. This is not my favorite, but I am tempted to keep it because we can Planar Genesis. We can Emrakul's Messenger, not on turn 1, obviously, but we're going to try it. They've got an Explorer. Okay, pretty good for this format. Delighted Halfling. Okay. 4 mana sources after turn 1. Seems good. Do we draw another land? No. Have I goozled myself? It's possible. Or land. There we go. We've got 3 mana. I think the only smart thing to do is to ramp ourselves. Farseek is a guaranteed ramp. Planar Genesis might miss. So we'll get our Underground Mortuary, and then see Homunculus Horde's not going to do it for me. I want mana. Alright, keep it going. Ooh, they're missing some land drops too. I don't mind that. Elegy Acolyte is so good here. We can play Zimone and Dina, Gloomlake Verge, Emrakul's Messenger. Hopefully this is going to help us pretty well. Emrakul's Messenger is going to give us Eldrazi spawn when we draw our second card. So that at least gives us a little bit of acceleration. Malevolent Rumble will accelerate them a bit if they hit a land, which they did not. Ooh, sorry to hear that. But they also make their own Eldrazi spawn from it. They have a Wastes in here. Interesting. They've got a Utopia Sprawl, which... okay. We've got land. We've got land. We get our triggers. Lot to do here. I want to Elegy Acolyte, actually. This gives us more card draw because we can swing in with our Messenger, draw a card and lose a life. Tragic Slip. Okay, cool. We can Planar Genesis here, getting Riveteer's Outlook. Well, let's get the Temple. Let's get the Temple instead. Liliana is going to be pretty sweet if we can use it. We'll play our Watery Grave, shock it in so we can Tragic Slip on our opponent's turn by activating our commander, and we'll just pass. If we had sacrificed the spawn during our turn, we would have gotten a robot to replace it with Elegy Acolyte, but who knows? We may need the mana. We may find that it's the best choice for us. We'll see. I guess Liliana being on top is pretty bad for us because they can just Itali into that. Isn't that right? I may have made a terrible error. If so, then so. That's fine. We're gonna... oh, well, we can Zimone Dina it away. That's right. We'll do that. Put it in our hand. We do get a land. Nice. Some triggers. Seems good. Itali enters. They can grab one of our things. And they do, and it is Earthbender Ascension. That's pretty good. I think they felt like they were behind on land. Ooh, they seek a bunch of things. That's... What? What just happened? Sure. Do what you gotta do. And they took our Liliana. Seems good. Devourer of Destiny. It's just a 6/6 vanilla at this point. Repurposer, when it dies, they get a spawn. Thought Not Seer just draws us a card when it dies. The only thing that's super dangerous is Emrakul, really. But I don't want to kill Itali. I can't kill Emrakul with the Tragic Slip is the problem. Garrick, I can kill Emrakul with. Just to get rid of him. I think we're definitely on a Garrick deal here. Garrick. Kills Emrakul. We draw a card. We've got 4 mana, a little bit more. What can we do here? I think we're going to Unstoppable Plan. That way we can do the thing on their turn as well. We'll play out our lands. Just try and soak up as much as we can. Zimone and Dina to kill this spawn, get a trigger. It works. And we got a Vein Ripper for maybe next turn. That seems good. We can't attack because they've got a 0/3 Reacher, but we will get a Robot and then untap our stuff. We may not survive here, but I do feel pretty good about getting rid of their Emrakul. We've got 3 Blood Artist effects here. Earthbender Ascension, pretty good. They're making their stuff bigger. We have a little bit of life, though. And I don't mind blocking with our stuff because we can just sacrifice it to Zimone and Dina. Alright. They've got Kozilek in hand? Good grief. What are we even doing with our lives here? Emrakul the Eon's Torn. Roger that. Okay, well, I don't think we have a way to deal with that. Which means 15 in the air. And that's 15 on the ground. It's not ideal. Well, here's what we'll do. We'll take 9 on the ground. Activate Zimone and Dina this turn. Miss. Unfortunate. Shame. Yeah, I think this is it for us. I mean, enormous Eldrazi are a good thing to get with Itali. Is it possible we win next turn if we don't lose this turn? Maybe. Not anymore. Well, yep, that's pretty good. Emrakul is now an 18-17. We can block their other creatures, but not enough of them. Yep, that's pretty big. Oh, their Earthbent Forest is a colorless creature. That's crazy. That's funny. I guess we do have a little... Well, it's not going to matter. We have a little bit of lifelink. It might help us a tiny little bit. I'm not doing the math. I refuse. Okay, I've done the math. It's not going to work. Wait, we can block Emrakul. What am I talking about? Can't we? Yeah. I don't think this is going to work for us, but we can sure try. We've got to try. I'm not quite tapped out. Got more land, sure. Gonna make Emrakul bigger, I hope, so we can block a little better, maybe? No, the Trampler. Okay, go to combat. Let's see what you got. Oh, I forgot about Annihilator 6! Oh, goodness. Well, I mean, all of our most basic lands, I guess. Garrick's not doing much for me. I suppose we'll just do like this. We're down to 6 lands. Block the biggest options we have. What are we taking? 10? Gaining 4? So we're not dead? That seems good. Seems like a good thing. I can't believe we've survived so far. We're not going to survive past this, but... We play Vein Ripper. We Garruk, make ourselves a wolf, sacrifice it to Zimone and Dina. They lose 4. They're at 9. Does that get us there? Alright. We don't have any basic lands, do we? So Bossing Say doesn't come in... Alright. I was hoping to Belladros here. I'm gonna give him a thinking. Bossing Say will come in tapped. Because we don't have anything. Do they have Yavimaya or something? Yeah, okay. Poison Tipped Archer's not going to do it for us. Vein Ripper or Bastion and Funeral Room mean we drain them for 4. You know what? I'm going to try it. Bossing Say, Garruk, Zimone and Dina. I don't think this gets us there, but we'll see. Nope, doesn't get us anywhere. Good game, opponent. Good game, Stevie Digital. You got us. That's fine. It was fun. That was a lot of stuff. I feel pretty good about lasting as long as I did. They can just swing, and I kind of hope they just put us out of our misery. Give him a love Hedron. Nice. We gotta give him the happy Hedron back. Okay, replay their commander. Sure, it's fun. Keep playing Magic. Did they hit what I think they hit? Yep. Okay. Void Winnower. They can rampant growth? Sure. They need more land. Wow. Can't believe I forgot about Annihilator 6 on Emrakul the Aeon Storm. Well, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get a couple of triggers from our stuff dying. At least puts them at 3. Sure. They're still fine, but that's cool. So close. I mean, not really, but, you know, they're at 3 life, so it's pretty close, you know, in the end, if you think of it that way. But then, in the real end, look at our life total. Yeah, good game, Stevie Digital. That was fun. Yeah. It's totally fine if you are the kind of person who wants to concede once it's clear that you're beaten. We did that last game, I believe, or 2 games ago, maybe. But this time, you get into a situation where your opponent has such a cool board, you want to give them a chance to play it out. Okay, this is game 7 versus Tameshi, Reality Architect. Or actually, this is game 8, I believe. Yeah, I think game 8. All right. We're going to keep it. We can't get out Emrakul's Messenger turn 1, so we will play both of our tap lands at this point. Or both of our lands that are, at this point, tap lands. We're going to do... Ooh, that's fun, actually. Yeah. Here's what we'll do this turn. Since we can't get the Emrakul's Messenger trigger this next turn anyway... Oh, and they aired Archway themselves. Oh. Discarding Shark Typhoon? Playing Tameshi. Alright. Well, we're going to play out you Social Engineering with Warp. Play our 2 lands. Get 2 little friends. Play Emrakul's Messenger. Let the Pain land zap us. You Social Engineering goes to exile. And we're doing okay. Tameshi cares about things bouncing. Can bounce a land to reanimate an artifact. Interesting. Okay. We miss our land, but we do make a little friend. So we don't have the ability to play out both, though. So I think we just try to be as mana efficient as we can and play the Puppeteer. We will attack this way. I don't think that they're going to sacrifice their Burnished Heart, but they might. I guess technically the most mana efficient thing we could have done would be use Social Engineering, but Gixian Puppeteer gives us a trigger. It'll be at the start of our turn. Or Foreboding Statue. What a cool card. They can add mana, and then once it's got 3 counters at their end step, it flips into a 5/5 that makes a mana at the start of their turn. Neat. Alright, they cracked their Burnished Heart to go and Explosive Vegetation. Alright, we will pass to our turn. Do not draw a land. We draw a Bossing Say. That's alright. Which means we can play Zimone and Dina, but it really doesn't want us to tap properly. So we'll play Zimone and Dina first, because we can play Bossing Say untapped, Earthbender Ascension, sack that creature, let's Earthbend our Temple of Mystery, and go find ourselves another green source. We get a quest counter, and we can attack with everything that's able to attack. Do they lose their statue? We trade it for nothing. Okay, good. Down to 7. Seems good. They've got us on mana so far. Especially since Arid Archway taps for 2. Ooh, what will they kill with their Mightstone and Weakstone? Is it our commander? Is it the Puppeteer? Okay, that's fine with me. Our commander is going to do the same thing that the Puppeteer does in terms of the second card per turn, so we haven't actually lost anything here. Vexing Bauble. If we cast something for free, it gets countered. Got it. Okay. I think this is going to do it for us. We Funeral Room here, so it doesn't really matter what they block. I don't think it would have mattered anyway, in fact. Can they counter this? We'll see. They're thinking about it. Faithful Mending. Ooh. So they're not definitely dead. I think they will be, though. We're going to see if they have something else in mind. Collector's Vault and Kami of Transmutation. Neat. Oh, and they have a 3 steps ahead. Sounds good. That's fine. And that's enough. Good game, Royben. All right. Tameshi's a cool commander, though. That was game 8. Okay, good. We're going to keep going. I want to see if we can get more Zimone and Dina fun. Getting the commander out early on sure works in Commander. Alright, this is Game 9 versus Tezzeret, Master of the Bridge. This is the buy box promo for War of the Spark. Historically, not my favorite commander to play against. Yeah, we'll keep it. We can Newfound Adventure, Farseek if we need to. If we draw a land and get it into play, we can Earthbender Ascension. That's fine. Find ourselves a black source. I can call it a swamp, I suppose. The Undercity Sewers and Scene of the Crime. Okay. Alright. We got ourselves Shockland, so we will Earthbender Ascension. Get a basic, let's say mountain, or forest, goodness. And now we're set up that we can at least Binding the Old Gods on whatever they may play. Arcane Signet. Dimir Signet, wow. Maybe we hold up our Binding the Old Gods to hit their commander. At this point, I don't think it's a terrible plan to Baleful Strix. No. Scoot Swarm. Hedge Maze. Makes us fodder. No, I want lands. And we can swing in with our swamp. Might as well. They've got the mana advantage on us. Oh, it's the Inventor's Fair in Edge of Eternities. Neat. Stellar Sights. Jingataxia's Progress Tyrant is terrible. So we are going to use our removal on that. Could have played the Wastewood Verge first, I suppose, but it's fine. We are going to Wastewood Verge. Opulent Palace. Make the original Scoot Swarm a little bigger. Baleful Strix. Oh, they've had enough. I guess with this emblem, good game, opponent. I guess with this emblem, the Scoot Swarm is easier to get out of hand once you get to that point, but maybe they were just demoralized by us killing their 7 mana stacks piece. Well, this is Game 10 versus the Bullio with a Tiamat commander. Interesting. I don't want this. I am fine with this. We can get ourselves a blue source and a green source and just play this on its front face, probably. Start the game at 27 life. Seems fine. Our rights will be flourishing. A shame since we have 2 landfall creatures in hand, but who knows? Maybe we'll find our Ancient Green Warden and play those New Capenna sack lands from the graveyard. You never know. Tiamat, if you're not familiar, is a 7/7 for 7. It flies, and it tutors for 5 dragons with different names when it enters. In the lore of Dungeons & Dragons, last I checked, Tiamat is evil. is the god or goddess, however you look at it, of the evil dragons, the chromatic dragons. All right, we've got a Spire Bluff Canal and a Rockfall Vale. Okay. All right, we don't have multiple lands to play this turn, so we'll just get out our commander to be a little bit more mana efficient and hope that we can get some good stuff after this. If we get 2 lands, and at least one of them is an untapped green source, we can Baleful Strix, Springheart and Nantuko. No, we can't pay for it, can we? Oh well. But we can do that. Baleful Strix, maybe draw ourselves something good. Dragonstorm Globe, very nice with Tiamat. Fearsome Whelp, ooh. Alchemy Malarkey. Right. Not great. But at least Tiamat's not in their hand. All right, we've got 1 land, and we've got a Binding the Old Gods, which is pretty good for us later. If we Thopter Fabricator, then we will have a blocker for next turn. But we could Baleful Strix and have a blocker this turn. Or we could Binding the Old Gods and just have that be our whole turn. Let's play the Nantuko. Llanowar Wastes. Make a little friend. Baleful Strix as a blocker. Sacrifice the insect token. Hope to find a land. No luck. Oh well. The Gambler's Fallacy is strong in me right now. Surely the next few cards are lands. Fearsome Whelp. Ooh, the Silex? Really? Okay. We don't attack with the Whelp. Seems fine. We could get rid of the Silex, because it can wipe our board next turn. Binding the Old Gods. Kill the Silex. Willow Rush Verge. Make a friend. Eat our friend. Hope to find land. We found some. Great. We have a new friend. Okay, we pass. The dragons they have in hand are just going to continue to get cheaper. But at least we have 6 lands in play now. The Kami War. Okay. Do they get rid of our Strix? Sounds good. Strix comes, or the Whelp comes in. Still hurting us in the ways that it was anyway. Elegy Acolyte is pretty solid for us. We're going to find ourselves a Triome. Make a friend. Alright, we've got 6 mana. I want the Elegy Acolyte, but I don't think it's the best option for us. What happens next here? Bounce something, and then we discard a card. Yeah, that's fine. Let's Elegy Acolyte at this point. We'll take the pain. We will swing in here. Draw another land. Activate Zimone and Dina. Eat this insect. Put a land into play. Okay, put a land into play. We got some triggers. We got a Sir Conrad on top. I don't think we need Sir Conrad. I would like to get Emrakul's Messenger out, and I think that's fine. But we do have some sweet landfall things. I think we leave our last S&C land in our hand for that. Okay, we will discard Phyrexian Arena. We are fine on lands, or on cards. They're pretty close. I mean, they can cast Tiamat now if they want. Okay, and we discard, let's say, Yarok. A little too expensive for right now. Do they have a Wrath? Is that what's going on? Why else would they bounce the token? They're in 5 colors. They passed through combat. Vanquish the Horde, there it is. Got it. Okay, we'll put our commander back in the command zone. Sounds good. Chromatic Lantern, okay. And they got 3 mana, and they're going to cast Rith. Okay. It may be a good idea to start getting some things out that let us hurt them in the air somehow. Alright, what do we want to do here? We can Ancient Green Warden and start playing things from our graveyard. We will have 3 mana if we do. I think we just try and have some flying blockers with our Thopter Fabricator. That's our best option. Play this River Tears Outlook. Find 2 lands. Or 1 land, I guess. It triggers twice, I should say. Play our Obscura Storefront. Find ourselves another black source. And we just pass. Rith gives other dragons Ward 2. Has Ward 2. And then cares about us having been dealt excess damage. Yeah. Goldspan is pretty good. Wrathful Red is also very good. We'll see if this is survivable. We'll find out. Doesn't have haste though. They're thinking about it. Rith. We will take 6 from Rith. We don't want them to use Wrathful Red to kill our Ancient Green Warden if we block. But I don't know if we have a lot of hope here, unfortunately. Scoot Swarm is pretty sweet. Again, do we even survive this next turn? We can Poison Tip Archer. That's pretty solid. We can Scoodly Doot. And then we Tireless Provisioner and make a bunch of treasures and cast more spells, I guess. I think that makes good sense. Treasures. Find ourselves a forest, sure. More treasures. Huh. I think we Tatiova right here. And then double up those triggers as well. A lot of this stuff can die, but we got our Poison Tip Archer to hopefully drain them when it does. We can also get out a Bastion of Remembrance with this. We're making an enormous number of Scoots. Black Source, sounds good. All of the triggers. We could stack this in a way that would give us even more Scoots, but we just, at this point, we're not going to have so many Scoots or so few Scoots that it really makes that much difference how many we end up genuinely having. Alright, 4 mana, what can we do with it? Bastion is good, Zulaport Cutthroat is also good. We don't have a reason to save our mana, I guess, so Bastion it is. we pass. If we survive this turn, I think we're doing good. What do they have? 24 damage in the air? We can take that. Maybe we just take it. This creature gets a big bonus, so we can't just take it. So we give them Fearsome Whelp to make it only slightly bigger. And then I do think we block. I think we block the biggest non-trampler. It's going to be the Wrathful Red Dragon with just this Thopter. And we call it a day. Hopefully they don't pump themselves up a whole lot. And then we're down low, but we're not dead yet. And we get some triggers from our Blood Artist effects. And what do they try to kill? Oh, they hit us with it. Okay, seems good. I think we may have them here, depending on what they play. We'll see. What do you got, opponent? Because we can make 1 billion Scoot Swarms, but that may not help us. Farewell exiles it all. Completely ruined. Creatures, enchantments, and graveyards. So they keep their artifacts, as do we. Woof. That's rough. Okay, so it shall be. We lose a lot. Give them a nice for that. They've got their Fearsome Whelp back, right? We've got 17 lands. 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 lands. And a Thopter. 5, 6, and then 2 more. We're not getting double triggers anymore. What we can do, I suppose, we can eat their 3 mana rocks that are helping them so much. That leaves us with 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. Rampaging Baloths is probably our biggest hope here. Broker's Hideout. Gain a little life. Make some beasts. Play a Shockland tapped, make another beast. Pass the turn. Holding up our Thopter Fabricator because it does make us a Thopter every turn, and so that we can crew it if we need to block something in the air. Doomscar. Wow. We're doing it again. Okay. Well, it seems fine. We gain a bunch of life off of this, at least. That's good. Thanks to the pests. Twin Flame Tyrant will destroy us. We've got to deal with that. But luckily we just drew a way to do so. We've got enough mana to use Social Engineering for full retail. And then Moldervine Wreck to get ourselves set up for later. Temple of Mystery, get a couple of triggers. Psychosis Crawler seems good for next turn. More triggers. And we don't want a Newfound Adventure because we will shuffle away our Psychosis Crawler. So let's go ahead and crew here and attack for 4 in the air. Because we do have a 1/1 blocker. Them having a huge flying trampling blocker with haste, or attacker with haste, is not super likely, but they've got 4 cards. Who knows what they're going to do? Maybe they've got more Wraths. Dragonlord Servant seems good. Tiamat. Alright, she comes out at last. Now they can tutor for whatever they need. So we need to start doing something now. We'll see what they put in their hand. We've got 3 flying blockers next turn. The Thopter we already have, the Thopter Fabricator, and the new Thopter that the Fabricator is going to make during our draw step. They've got Nicol Bolas, all right? Bolas, Silumgar, which steals something. Bahamut destroys something. Okay, we got a lot of bad problems. A lot of problems. But we'll see what happens. We'll just have to see. Maybe we'll get lucky. We gotta discard something. Will it be one of the things that they tutored for? You never know. I didn't realize Bahamut was a dragon. Wow. Makes sense, I suppose. Okay, we've got 2 different kinds of blood artists. Psychosis Crawler comes out. Or at least sources of drain, I should say. Alright, drain them for 1. Zimone and Dina are going to come out. Might as well bring them out. And then we go to combat with our robots. I guess Nikki B will kill our Psychosis Crawler by making us discard this newfound adventure, maybe? Okay. They don't take any damage. We lose something, which means we get a bunch of triggers. A couple of triggers, at least. Get to draw a card. That's solid. Just loses them life. We don't have anything else that cares about landfall. We do the social engineering, I guess, but I think I'd rather just have a card on hand in case they play Nikki B. I don't think they're going to, though. I think they're going to play something much worse. Bahamut, probably. Silumgar, okay. Silumgar steals something. Steals Psychosis Crawler would be smart. Dreadhound is not bad either. Zulaport Cutthroat, not terrible. If Zimone and Dina were not summoning sick, could have sacrificed it in response. Nikki B comes out, great. Bouncing. Oh, well, it doesn't bounce, just makes us discard. Good thing we kept that, I guess. Losing out on Farseek would be fine too, honestly. And Earthquake Dragon. Alright, just a flying trampler. That seems good. But we can at least block for now. And when we do, we get triggers. They get a Zulaport Cutthroat trigger as well, though. But ours will resolve first. Okay. Let's do it. Midnight Reaper seems pretty good. Vein Ripper, that'll do it for us. Let's see if that completely gets us there. Vein Ripper. Midnight Reaper. If we trigger it now, Zulaport Cutthroat's triggers go on the stack first. Let's do this during their upkeep. Pass to their upkeep. Zimone and Dina eat this robot. Triggers go on the stack. Zulaport Cutthroat only cares about your creatures? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right. So I guess we didn't need to do this. Good game, the Bullio. A little bit of an anticlimax, but a fun game. That was game 10. Let's do one more to grow on, you know? I'm enjoying this. I really like Brawl. I mostly play Brawl in my personal life. I do like 60 card as well, and limited, but let's close this off. We are at game 11 against Dark Matter, against Drunnith, Reviver of the Hive. So I don't remember if Drunnith cares about Sliver specifically or just a creature type. Creature spell with a mana value equal to Drunnith. Oh, I'm sorry. This is not the one I'm thinking of. This is Jackal from the Spider-Man set. Okay, that's fun. Let's... I don't like this hand. This is more reasonable to me. And we're on the play, or on the draw rather. This is fine. Yeah. If you want to see a paper commander deck with Jackal at the head of it, check out the video's description. I made one back in the fall. And I'll link that in the video's description. Yeah. So Druneth. All right, they went to 5. Interesting. Okay. They've got a pathway as well. Same, or not quite the same one as us. They get Druneth out turn 1. That's pretty good. Ooh, we've got a sad robot. All right. We're going to play Emrakul's Messenger. Binding the Old Gods on Druneth on turn 2 is pretty solid. If we can do that, that might be worth doing over playing Zimone and Dina. Mockingbird to copy our Messenger. Well, I guess if it's 0, it's just going to copy itself. So it's just some flyers. That's fine. But it does bring Druneth up a little bit. Okay. We make our spawn. I think we slow them down. This does reset Druneth as well when they replay it, but I think they're hurting for mana, so I don't think this is terrible for us. Next turn, we can, if we draw a land, then that's 7 mana, and we could get out Elegy Acolyte, or Pitiless Plunderer, or just the Sad Robot, plus our commander. They can feel free to attack. I am not going to block with my Messenger. Okay, we got Coma and a land. Great. Search for a forest. It's going to be a Triumph since it comes tapped. Oh, no, we'll get this Mortuary. That way we can see what's up next. Dina. Don't really need original Dina right now. We will play out new Dina and Zimone, of course. Yavimaya Coast. Oh, I guess we can't Elegy Acolyte at this point, but we can Sad Robot, and that's all right. We're going to look for a green source. All right, and we'll pass. Query on Beast Caller is a good card. I don't think it is something we need to worry about, though. Because we can Coma next turn if we want to. And start using Zimone and Dina to give ourselves more value. Alright, Druneth is back. We've got a Plaza of Heroes, which is important for us to remember for later. Zulaport Cutthroat, seems good. And an Overgrown Tomb. Alright. Drain them. Make a token. Everything gets Death Touch. I think we're going to hold off on Coma. Play the Elegy Acolyte. Play the Plunderer. We're going to shock this in and play the Plunderer. Go to combat, just with the Sad Robot, being that it has Death Touch. They just chump. Okay. That works for me. We will play the Cutthroat, get a couple triggers, or just the one trigger, I suppose. Now we go to Instep, get another trigger from the Acolyte, and we can activate Zimone and Dina to eat that robot on this turn. Hopefully drawing a land, which means we get to Growth Spiral twice. This is really more how this deck is supposed to play. I actually think we don't kill a robot token. I think we eat our Sad Robot. That way we get more card draw. Okay, they've got a Scoot Swarm. That's pretty bad for us. Especially since... Oh, good. Didn't work out so that they got 2 of them. They've got the mana open to protect Druneth. Scoot Swarms can get out of hand, so we need to watch for that. Okay, this is a mana war. I don't remember who this is. Spider Bite, I think, in the Spider-Man tech. Sure, that's fine. Wasn't going to use it anyway. I suppose I could have sacrificed it to Zimone and Dina, but I want to eat the Sad Robot instead. Get some triggers. Draw a card. Okay, we do get a land. So we get even more triggers, and we get back that Eldrazi spawn. Cool. Alright. We're doing fine, draining them slowly. Let's play Coma. Need to have something big hit the battlefield. And this poison-tipped archer, might as well. And we can play the Thopter Fabricator, I suppose. Let's do it. Because we get Pitiless Plunderer triggers, right? Yeah. And, of course, all of our other triggers. Seems good. Baleful Strix as well. Might as well just keep playing it out. Alright, we've got a Sir Conrad, and that seems pretty good. We will not crew the Thopter Fabricator, just came out this turn. We'll just pass. We get ourselves some tokens. Robot at our end step. Coma's Coil during their upkeep. I think we're doing pretty well. I think setting them back by killing their commander early really hurt their progress. But they've got the Scoot Swarm, which is dangerous for us. So we want to win by just draining them out as much as we're able to. Gallic Readers, seems good. Genomorph Imago, we have that in our deck. Or Genomorph, I should say. Can definitely be annoying to deal with. Surak, oh okay. But it's Foundation Surak. So it can't be countered. Their creatures get targeted, they draw a card. It has trample, it's a 4/3 for 3. I mean, good card, but I'm not as worried about it as I would be like Surak and Goreclaw. Okay, we're going to eat a robot token, get some triggers, find ourselves a land, comes in, get even more triggers. We have Beledros Witherbloom in hand, so I'm not worried about this anymore. Raven Eagle, not for now. We will draw Invasion of Innistrad. It's pretty good. We don't have 2 removal spells though, so we're not going to take out their Scoots. And that's enough for them. Good game, Dark Matter. Yeah, when it looks like our row of creatures is becoming so small that it's about to split into 2 rows, that's probably enough. All right, well, that will do it for today. As I said at the top, the Rites of Flourishing Brawl event is really fun. I always think any of these midweek Magic events where you have to build your own deck, or you get to build your own deck, I should say, are a lot of fun, especially the Brawl events. I mentioned before, in the video's description, you will find the deck list for today, as well as links to all the other decks that I mentioned, including the Commander version of this very deck. And so that should do it for us. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to support what I do here, you can like and subscribe. You can become a member of the channel, something new I'm trying out. You can ring the bell if you want to be notified when I post my videos. And most of all, you can remember that Magic is fun. You should play more Magic.